Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whenever the knowledge is incomplete, there is always an obsession. Whenever the knowledge is complete, there is absence of obsession. For example, those who have understood God as with name and with form, they will always be ridiculing the approach of the formless and the nameless reality. Those who are very much obsessed with that the reality is without name and without form, they will be ready to destroy anything which is with name and with form. And both of them will be justifying how what we say is the right thing. And therefore, here the teacher gives us a very beautiful technique. Avikampa Yoga. This was the word which was very much liked by Mahatma Gandhi. His thoughts on Bhagavad Gita are referred by him as the Avikampa Yoga. Now, what is this Avikampa Yoga? Avikampa Yoga is recognition of the self from the absolute standpoint and recognition of the relative objective world as nothing but the expression of the same absolute reality. It is something like this. If we have to tell an ignorant person about electricity, so how we will tell him? Because electricity cannot be shown as an object. It does not have the form. It does not have the smell. It does not have the taste. It cannot be touched. Then how we will tell? So we will say, look here. Do you see the light? Of course, I am not blind like you. Okay. Now this light is the expression of electricity. Understood? Oh, what's a great thing? Tell me what you have understood. Light is electricity. See? What did we say? Light is an expression of electricity. So from the expressed, from the known, the unknown is reached. This is the rule, simple rule. And we use this in our daily transaction. Suppose somebody we are going to introduce. Do you know Gandhiji? Which Gandhi? In Gujarat you go, lift any stone, there is a Gandhi below that. Which Gandhi? He is not that Gandhi which was a Mahatma, he is a Chota Gandhi. But which Gandhi? They will tell. Do you know that Mehta ji? No. He is son-in-law. Oh, I understood. Now what you have understood? Mehta ji is known to me. So with reference to the known, the unknown is reached. And once you have known this Gandhi, then you don't require Mehta. Please catch this point. In the same manner, the absolute cannot be comprehended by the one who is obsessed in the relative. See? When I am obsessed with my party in my politics, I cannot understand the welfare of the nation. I am loyal to my party. But what about nation? Who cares? Because we are surviving not because of the nation, We are surviving because of the party. Therefore, they don't call it national politics. They call it party politics. See? So, whenever we are obsessed with the relative, absolute cannot be understood. Now, how to come out of it? Therefore, there are two techniques. First technique is the technique of negation, by which we start negating all that what we have imagined ourselves to be. And in that process of negation, we go to such an extent that we reach a destination where negation is negated. There is no more negation possible. For example, when I think about I, so how do I think? I, a person in this society with this much of standing. Then I, a person with this body as a man or a woman. Then I as an old or a young person. I as a hungry or a thirsty person. I as an emotional or a commotional person. I as an intellectual idiot. So which I am? So we start discarding everything. So we start one by one. Do I really, the body that I consider myself to be, am I that? And then I start analyzing my own experiences. Please understand this point. When you are inquiring, you don't have to do anything. The whole Bhagavad Gita was told to Arjun, and in that all kinds of yogas were presented. Arjuna did neither pranayam, nor meditation, nor devotion, nor chanting the Lord's name, and nor studying the scriptures. He did nothing. Please see. He is only correcting your own understanding about yourself. And therefore, the end of Bhagavad Gita, when we reach, Bhagavan asked Arjuna a question. Hey, did you understand what I said? Did you correct your own identity? And then Arjuna says, Nashto mohaha smrutir labdha tat prasadat maya achyuta. Oh Lord, now my delusion about my own identity is gone. All of us are suffering from this identity crisis. And the moment this identity crisis is resolved, there is nothing but Yahoo. And this identity crisis can be corrected first by the process of negation. So, how I cannot be body? We start. Because don't we exist even without the reference of the body? In the dream, we are no more identified with the body. In the deep sleep, we are no more identified with the gross body. Yet, we don't experience our absence. That means our presence has nothing to do with the presence of the body. And therefore, before the body was born, we were present. After the body dies, we continue to exist. So this eternal existence, which is supporting the existence of the body, is independent of the body. Oh ho! If I am not the body, what will happen to my wife? She will be happy. Give happiness to the world. Don't live at the level of body. The moment you transcend the limitation of the gross body identification, the gross world of achievements and failures, they become null and void. Because this gross world is valid only when we are identified with the gross body. See? So we negate. Therefore, I cannot be the gross body. Now the gross body also cannot be mine, because I have not created it. It is somebody else's problem, handed over to me. Isn't it? So neither I can be the gross body nor the gross body is mine. How the gross body is not mine? Does the body listen to me anytime? I don't want to become old. But I don't know, Swamiji, why your beard is white and hair are black. Barbarous philosophy. Isn't it? So, when we discard the gross body identity, we come to the second. Then the prana. Prana is that abode where we exist as a hungry or a thirsty person. When I say I am hungry, I don't mean I am body. When I say I am thirsty, I don't mean I am mind. So that hunger and thirst are the qualities, attributes of this pranamaya kosha. I get identified with that and then I become hungry, thirsty. You must have experienced this thing. You take excessive food and go to sleep. When you take excessive food and go to sleep, immediately the dreams start coming. And one of the dreams could be that you are extremely hungry. You are dreaming because of excessive eating, and the dream is you are hungry. Imagine where from their experience of hunger has come. If their experience of hunger is in the pranamaya kosha, but in the dream you still experience the hunger. So this pranamaya kosha, I cannot be. Then we come to the mind. How this mind I can be? Because it is constantly changing. And I know the mind is disturbed. I tell, hey kids, don't disturb me. Now I am already disturbed. So I know what is happening to the mind. So mind becomes an object of knowledge. How this object of knowledge could be the subject which is illuminating the object? Cannot be. In this manner, we start discarding gross body, prana, mind, intellect. All our priorities go on changing. All our concepts go on changing. Priorities and concepts and decisions are located on the Vijnanamaya kosha, the intellect. And when I start thus discarding all the limitations, then I come to know, and in spite of their total absence in the deep sleep, I continue to exist. So this existence, which cannot be denied, is the real one. And when I correct my identity, whether I am a body, young, old man, woman, or I am pranamaya kosha, hungry, thirsty, or I am the manomaya kosha, the mind, the emotional individuality, or the intellectual arrogance, all these things are discarded, and then I come to a point which cannot be denied. There is one point which you cannot reject. Therefore, Mahatmas define the whole thing in very simple words. What is the world? World is that which cannot be held. And what is the real self? Is the one which cannot be rejected. And what is our struggle? Hold on to the world and reject the self. Both are impossible things. In this manner, this is the sadhana called as yoga sadhana, by which you recognize your correct identity. After this is done, problem comes. I am a man of wisdom. I know I am Brahman. But Swamiji, my problem is, I am not bluffing you all the time. Sometimes I tell the truth. One email I received. Swamiji, like you, I also know that I am Brahman. But I want to know, how are you marketing yourself on the TV and everybody is listening to you, but they don't recognize that I am also Brahman. So please tell me the marketing of Brahman that I am. How can I make the people realize that I am Brahman? See? Therefore, this understanding that I am the reality, I am the Brahman, but the world is an illusion, is a totally wrong understanding. To say that gold without name and form is the reality, But when the same gold has taken the name and the form of the ornaments, it has lost its goldness, is the height of foolishness. In spite of the names and the forms of the ornaments, gold continues to be gold. So what is the difference between an average person and a goldsmith? Goldsmith is not carried away by the names and the forms of the gold. In the same manner, recognition of the absolute as your own self is the yoga, and vibhuti and the total objective world is nothing but the expanse of the same reality, because without I, this cannot exist. Unless I is there, my wife has no existence. Unless I is there, my children have no existence. Unless I is there, my religion has no existence. Unless I is there, my guru has no existence. Unless I is there, my God has no existence. Everything is solidly, squarely established on this absolute I. And therefore this absolute I is called as aham. A means not. Ham means destruction. That which cannot be destroyed is the reality. Once we understand this truth from the subjective angle, is called as the knowledge of the reality from the absolute. And when we recognize the same truth in the objectivity in the relative world, then there is no kampanam, there is no doubt, there is no confusion, there is no fear, there is no competition, there is no achievement, there is no failure. That is called as avikampa yoga. Therefore Bhagavan says, etam vibhutim yogam cha mamayo veti tatvataha. See how beautiful it is. Yesterday I gave you an example. If somebody comes to me with a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and I get lost so much in that I don't look at the person, that person will say, I should not have brought. Not even looking at me. I say, oh, I'm so sorry. So I take that bouquet and throw it in the garbage and start looking. Not that way, Swamiji. I went and bought a special bouquet for you and you just threw it away. Arey Baba, what do you want me to do? I want you to do both the things. Respect me and respect my bouquet. Is it not? Then only we are really honoring that person in its totality. In the same manner, discover the truth that you are and recognize the truth that the world is. When these two ways you understand, then you come to this avikampa yoga. Avikampa yoga is experience without doubt, is avikampa yoga. It is not knowledge. Knowledge is a burden on intellect. So, etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tatvataha. Tatvataha in essence. Now see, when we try to understand and start living this knowledge, it does not mean that we become abnormal. It is not. For example, when I know that I am in the head, I am in the face, I am in the stomach, in the hand, everywhere, and when I am living in a society with particular rules and regulation, for example, if I do Sandhya Vandanam, now when I am doing Sandhya Vandanam, the rule is, if you do your pranayam, you take the air inside, Om Murvaswata Sedurvaranya Bhargo Devasi Dhime Dhyo Dhyo Vachodayat, and then you take it out. And after you have done that, then your hand has become impure. Then to make the hand pure, because it has touched the nose, it has become impure. Then what you do? You take your own hand and touch to your own ears, and it has become pure. What is this one part of your body when you touch, it is impure, and the same hand touches the other part of your body, it has become pure, because the whole problem is in the mind. In the same manner, when this knowledge takes place, what happens? following things. 1. Zero competition level. 2. No jealousy. 3. You discover happiness in the happiness of others. 4. Total forgiveness. See? This is the fulfillment in existence. This is Avikampa Yoga. And this can be attained yo mama veti tattvataha. Tattva means what? Tat means that. Tvam means you. When you recognize that you, the relative individual in this world, is essentially tattvataha, the absolute reality, and once you have recognized that you are the absolute reality, then from that standpoint, there is nothing in this world except the reality. In the 6th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna calls such a person as a param yogi. We have forgotten that, although studied. The teacher says, Atma upammena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham vajadi va dukkham sa yogi paramo mataha. See? Not a ordinary yogi, supreme deluxe yogi, param yogi. Now who is a param yogi? These are the words of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, not mine. He is a param yogi. Atma upammena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. We look at the world from that angle, what we have recognized ourselves to be. If I am obsessed with Gujarati language, so I am a Gujarati, and when I go and talk to the people, I think he is a Gujarati. So if I am a Gujarati, I like a Gujarati. If I am a Marathi, then remove everything which is non-Marathi. See, Atma upammena. When I consider myself to be body, everything is nothing but body. When I consider myself to be the hungry person or overfed person, then I look at the world, oh, the world is having a terrible problem of hunger and thirst attached to the pranamaya kosha. When I am attached or identified with the manomaya kosha, the mind, so constantly emotional, and then we glorify our foolishness as Swamiji, I am little sentimental. You are modest. You are not little sentimental. You are perfectly mental. Little sentimental is the modesty. The truth is you are mental. And when I am emotional, I look at this world only through the goggles of emotion. And when I am an intellectual giant, then I classify the world. Oh, the world is intelligent and dumbos. That's it. See? And when I come to discover that I am that non-dual absolute reality, from that angle, the whole world is yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanataha. The moment he who has discovered that the whole world is my own expanse, tatra ko mohaha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. Can there be any delusion that he is other than me? Can there be any fear that somebody will compete with me? No. That freedom of relativity, when is discovered while living in the relative world, is called as the Avikampa Yoga. Therefore, this is the technique. First, focus attention on your correct identity, who you are. Second thing, start imagining the divine presence in everything and everybody. Start imagining. Because when we look at the world, we are only imagining, nothing else. Our perceptions are of the images of the world and not of the world. See? When you are looking at me or I am looking at you, In fact, neither you are seeing me nor I am seeing you. Then the light is reflected on your body, and that reflected light is comprehended through the lenses as an image on the retina, and that is illumined in the light of consciousness, and what is known by us is only the image and not the actual object. See? Therefore, all our perceptions are only imaginary, not the real one. Now the question is, if we have to imagine somebody is, why imagining the wrong way? Oh, I think he is a cheat. I think he is a dambhi. I think he is a bad person. If we have to think and imagine, why not imagine something good? What is all your puja and upasana, pushti marga and dhashti marga? The same thing. We go and buy an idol from the market, and while buying that idol, you watch how much the Krishna costs. This is for you, sir. 2,500. 2,500. Then 2 rupees 50 paisa. Okay, I know you like jokes. Okay, for you I'll give 2,100. Okay, I know you also like jokes. I'll give 21 rupees. Remove the 2 zeros. And with great bargain, we get that Krishna. And imagine we have cheated that man from whom we bought it. We are not only cheating him, we are cheating Krishna also. Because we are evaluating him. And after that, we bring him and put him there. And after putting him there, Krishna, 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 I am buying a ticket. Get me 10 crores of rupees, a lottery, please. Krishna says, how much you purchase me for? Be very attentive. In an idol purchased from the market after bargain, in that you are ready to suspect the divine presence and the ability that he will bless you. But all these murtis, the total world of names and forms created by the Lord himself, in that Lord's creation, we don't suspect divinity. See? How simple the whole life becomes. But our attention is only on the periphery of the personality. Therefore, tattvataha, when you touch the substratum that you are, you will be able to see the same divinity in everyone and in everything. Then what is the spiritual practice? Spiritual practice, this also I told you long time back, a very simple spiritual practice. When you go before the Lord and pray, what do you pray? I think, Krishna, you are made up of marble or what? Is it a Marcana marble or an Italian marble? No. We see, we discard the material and we see the divinity, although it is not there. Everybody says, so I also go to Sriji temple, Srinathji. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, have you gone to the temple? Srinathji, I said, yes. How do you like? Now see, I said, what? So, now be very attentive. If we have to practice imagining divinity in an idol, and then slowly, you start experiencing the blessing of the Lord. Now do the same technique when you are living in this world. Whatever is happening is God's grace. Whosoever comes in my life is none other than the Lord himself. Whosoever is talking to me is none other than the Lord. Extension of your devotion from the your prayer room to the marketplace is called as the path of devotion, and that is called as the Tatpada Shodhanam. search him in the total objective world. And how to search? Only through imagination, because total perception is imaginary. One simple technique I'll tell you. I like this particular event which took place. Two small kids playing husband-wife in the house. And South Indian, they both were South Indian. And when they are playing, the husband comes, the small child, elder brother is the husband and the daughter, the sister is the wife. The husband is maybe about 5-6 years and sister is about 4 years, playing husband-wife. So he comes. There is nothing there. He simply comes and tack. Imagination that I am hitting the door, and by the mouth, tack. And then no response. Again, tack. And finally, is there anybody in this house alive? You see, all these children, when they play this game, there is no script writer, because every day they are hearing it at home. And then, just like that, the girl does like this. So it is open. Imagination is open. Then he comes and, is there anything to eat? Second step. Immediate by default, eat me. Eat. And finally, she gives, take. This is yesterday's sabji, leftover, and little bit of chapati. I think day first. Take. That is what that husband must be getting in that house. So, when this is given, that boy says, hey sister, stop, time. What is that? If you are giving only in imagination, yesterday's sabji and day for yesterday's chapati, why don't you say, take rasgulla, rabdi? Only imagining, no? So if we are looking at the world, why not we imagine that it is only the Lord alone who is coming in our life? See? This is one very, very simple thing, but many educated, I will not uneducated, many educated people don't understand. One simple technique I'll tell you. There is a couple, about 10-12 years married, and they are very consistent in constant fighting. Not a day goes without fighting. And when they came, Swami, this is our problem. Every day we fight. What to do? I said, go away from here and leave me in peace. No, please tell. I said, if you are not going to argue and practice what I tell, I'll tell you. Okay, Swamiji. Then I told that girl, I said, look here. From this moment onward, stop addressing your husband in a singular way. Be very attentive. Earlier, tu, मैं, tu, मैं. If you are Gujarati, hu, tu, ka badi suru. See? Then, stop addressing your husband with a singular way. Then start calling him in a respectable manner. आप आइए, बैठिए, आपको चाहिए क्या? Swami is very awkward. I said, see, you started arguing, don't ask me any question hereafter. And the husband, he said, look here, I will do anything whatever Swamiji tells. So you have to follow that. So the moment she will call him in singular, hey Ashok, idhar aaja. Immediately. See what you told? Not this way. Idhar aaiye, please come over here. It took about a month or two for her to adjust. And slowly, then it became normal. After about a year or so, again I happened to meet them. I said, hey, how is Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra going on? She said, Swamiji, you are a genius. I said, thank you very much. What genius? Now, it is impossible for me to shout at him and to fight with him. Because when you address somebody with respect, you cannot use the wrong language. Suppose you address to somebody, Mahatma ji, maar dunga. Is it possible? See? So if you want to see the divinity in the world, start respecting everybody in this world. Spiritual sadhana is not changing the makeup and becoming a tailor-made spiritual man. Start living that knowledge. And the moment you start it again and again, automatically your approach and interaction with the world will change. See? It makes such a difference. So, this is an effort to recognize the divine presence in the objective world. See, you must have seen in our tradition, when you go somewhere in a crowd, you cross, so you kick everybody. And then when you touch somebody, isn't it? They do like this, taking the hand and... So one Angrez asked me, Swamiji, what they do? I said, they say, I have kicked you, what you have to do? No, it can't be like that. I said, they say, I'm so sorry, I kicked, therefore I touch you and ask for forgiveness. Now see, the moment we start recognizing this approach to life, you are entering the Avikampa Yoga. There was a Mahatma Ji sitting comfortably in his place, few people sitting there. One Sethji came and just 3 wish sleepers, one over other. See how many of us, when you take out your shoes, with what disrespect we take them out. Just throw them away. Recognize the divinity in your shoes. Then, because they have brought you up to here, so start respecting every small little thing in this world. So that Mahatma told, when he came, Padhar said, Mahatma Ji, blessing. As if, it is a hotel, chai le aao. So the Mahatma Ji said, will you please go out and first put your shoes in proper order and ask for forgiveness. I'm sorry, I dealt with you in a wrong manner. Then when you enter, you just dash the door. There is a divinity in that door, recognize that. And when you are coming, you kick everybody, touch everybody's feet. And then sit here majestically and with due respect to everyone. This is the Upadesh. Once you start, be very attentive. Once you start becoming extremely aware about the divine presence, the experiences of Meera, the experiences of Kabir, the experiences of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the experiences of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, they will not be limited in the printed books, but they will be the treasure of your own heart. Then Avikampa Yoga. There won't be any doubt in your life. But why me? Why not you? All that wrong approach to life will disappear, because now you are established in this reality. So, 2 ways. Recognition of the self in its right identity is yoga. And perception of the same reality in the total objective world as the glory of the Lord is the vibhuti. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tatvataha. Essentially, saha avikampena yogena. He is established in this doubt-free experience of divinity. And Bhagavan says, Natra samshayaha. Don't doubt about it. Because in Avikampa Yoga there is no doubt. See? This is how the whole understanding of ourselves and the world, when this is based on these scientific facts, then only we start living the life scientifically. Otherwise, constantly I versus you, you versus I, competition, jealousy, I want to be richer than you, I want to be successful than you, I will see that I will speak ill about you and condemn you in the society, and therefore people may respect me. Ram, Ram, Ram. See how important it is. Therefore, the more you go deeper and deeper into this, everything, sarvam khalvidam brahma, there is nothing as an illusion. Everything is the same reality. Like the water is the water, the ocean is the water, the waves are the water. The wave can never be an insignificant nonsense for the water. The ocean cannot be a terrible monster for the water. And water will never be drowned in the ocean, nor will be destroyed or evaporated from the dewdrop. It will remain untouched. This avikampa yoga, meaning what will be the experience of the water as the ocean and the waves is called as the avikampa yoga. Meaning the cause and effect. Ocean the cause, waves the effect is superimposed on the water. In the same manner, I, the supreme reality, on this, I, the individual, and the world other than me, I versus you, is superimposed on this absolute I. This is called as the avikampa yoga. So vikampena yogena yujjate natra samshayaha. There is no doubt about it. You know what happens? Whenever we read our scriptures and we are really convinced, yes, that is true, but the butting begins. But you know, it is okay in the class, but when it comes to live, it becomes difficult. Then what do you want? We are the children of a reservation era. So, what is the reservation philosophy? I know I am good for nothing. I know I am not qualified. I know I am useless. Yet I want everything. Similarly, I know I am a samsari. I know I cannot control my anger. I know I cannot do that. Yet I want realization. So, there should be a reservation for the grahasthas to realize the truth. And those who are struggling day and night to know the reality, they should not be given any chance. Why? Because we have suffered a lot in the past. Look here. Unless this dirty, cheap reservation philosophy disappears from a society, the society cannot grow. Avikampa yoga. Now, when this avikampa yoga takes place, then what is the experience? Aham sarvasya prabhavaha mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Those who recognize this, what they recognize? Aham sarvasya prabhavaha mattaha sarvam pravartate. Two things. Everything is born out of this I. See, when we get up in the morning, the first experience that we have, there is no milk for the cup of tea. No. The first experience we have of our being present, I first. After that I is born, then where I am, space. After that space, then what is the time? This experience I am very distinctly observing every day when I get up, because I don't know where I am. Many times when I am in a different place, and then it becomes a problem for me. We said in the bathroom, we said I had to go. I should not go in somebody else's room and go for the bathroom. I must remember. So the first thing that happens is aham. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha, with reference to I alone, the whole world exists. Now see how it is true. These are the things to be observed. Then you don't require to see saas bhi kabhi bahuti. See, in a gathering of people, when they are talking, small groups are formed. And in that group, they just take some topic. Suppose somebody talks about a topic here, that panther came and he took away that child, from that Powai area and all that. That is read by everybody. What is there to talk about? But there is nothing to talk. So the panther party starts talking. Now when one person is telling about it, the other one cuts it short. Nothing. When I was in Uttarkashi, and there I remember, it is not somebody else. I was face to face to that panther. Then what happened? He ran away. I am here. Now when the second person is talking about the panther, the third one, do you think he will keep quiet? No. He said, nothing. What was the size of your panther? This much. Nothing. And I have seen, it was a huge elephantine panther. Now be very attentive. In that, panther is not important. Your experience is not important. Your event is not important. Important is I. And you will see, when somebody is talking about his experiences, why we cut it short? Because I is not there. And the one who is talking, why is so inspired to talk? Because I is there. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. The day, the moment to delete this I, you have nothing to talk about. And this is what happens when you come in the absolute present. If you observe, all that we talk is only about the dead past or the unborn future. Because the moment you come in the absolute present, words cannot be uttered. The moment the uttering of the words begin, it is a sequence that is established. Time is created, past and future is born, and the whole samsara is created. See, words are many, silence is one. And when you remain in the silence, automatically you are in the absolute present. And the moment this I is recognized correctly, then we know that with reference to I alone, this has a meaning. See? So, aham sarvasya prabhavaha. This I, if we are able to understand correctly, tattvataha, then what will happen? If I am the origin of everything, how can I have a biasness towards anything? Will the painter have biasness towards his own creation? No. One. Second thing, will the painting fight with the painter? No. This understanding is avikampa yoga. So, aham sarvasya prabhavaha, everything begins from I, and mattaha sarvam pravartate, and I alone start enlivening the expansion of my presence. So, two things. For everything in this world, there are minimum two causes. One is called as the material cause, upadan karan, and second is called as the efficient cause or the nimitta karan, technical word. For example, when a pot is made by the pot maker, so he borrows the clay and the clay is given a shape on a wheel by the pot maker. So the pot is an effect. The matter which has gone into the formation of the pot is the clay, and the pot maker is a living being. So when the material cause and the efficient cause, when they come together, then the creation is possible. Now here what the teacher says, that I is the material cause and I is the efficient cause. So the reality, the absolute is simultaneously the material cause and the efficient cause of this world. This is the basic difference between the truth revealed in our scriptures and truth revealed in all other scriptures. See, when you recognize and understand or accept that the material cause of this world is the same reality, which is the efficient cause of this world. Now what are the two things? Be very attentive. Normally we mistake that, like the tricolor is the symbol of India. In the same manner, Shivalinga is the symbol of Lord Shiva. This Krishna is the symbol of Lord Krishna. This is totally wrong according to our scriptures. Why? When you touch the tricolor, you don't touch the country, the India. But when you touch the Shivalinga, when you touch the idol of the Lord, you are touching the Lord directly, because He is the material cause of the whole world. See the basic difference. So this is not a symbol that can be discarded, no. And when we recognize this thing, what will happen? Then everything, kana kana mein Bhagwan, every iota is permeated by the divinity. And when this is not understood, and we say only God created this world, and where is He? He is on the top of the clouds. And from there what is He doing? He is like the homeopathy pills, having small pudiyas made and looking at a fellow. He is happy, throw one, make him miserable and watch from a distance. No! The Lord is very much present all the time, in and through everything. See what a difference it will make. Therefore, for us, there is no problem in accepting all the prophets of the world as the manifestation of the same divinity. But when we are obsessed with the incomplete knowledge, what is incomplete knowledge? Lord is the creator of this world as an efficient cause, but not the material cause. And therefore, the Lord has created this world and taken a leave, and today is a leave day, isn't it, for the Lord? Lord has taken for a leave for a bath. Sunday bath is a bath. Go and take bath. Chutti. No. It is eternal presence in and through the totality. Aham sarvasya pramavaha mattaha sarvam pravartate. And iti matva, he who has thus recognized this, buddhaha, such wise people, mam bhava samanvitaha bhajante. Then the really wise people are having perfect devotion to the Lord. Devotion to the Lord is according to my definition, and according to your definition, whatever the Lord is there, destroy him. That is devotion, that is obsession, it is not devotion. Therefore, buddhaha sarva bhava samanvitaha, they are able to see the divine presence in and through everything and being. Therefore, we have no problem. When Bhagwan Krishna was eating that clay, Yashoda Maiya came and became very angry, because complaints non-stop coming. So, when complaints were given to Yashoda Maiya, she became angry, put the finger in the mouth, take out the clay, useless. I think you were a pig or what in the last life. Bhagwan got frightened, because he has taken the Varaha avatar. Whether mother has recognized me or what. See? The Lord has no problem in becoming a pig. Is it not in our dream what we don't become? We may become butter, we may become fly, we may become butterfly, we may become housefly, anything. And everything is the expansion of the same mind. So in that dream experience, the world that is seen is the mind, and the living being seen in that dream world, that is also the mind. So the mind is simultaneously material and efficient cause of the dream world. The same thing holds 100% true for this so-called the waking dream. And therefore, Buddhaha mam bhajante, wise people have unqualified love for the total world. Bhajan means what? One is the making noise, that is called as bhajan. Because in Narad Bhakti Sutra it is said, Anirvachaniya prema swarupam. There is no definition of love. Anything can be labeled as love. Like, many parents, they address their children by any funny manner. I remember one child, now she is a mother. Her mother used to address her as Bangan ka bharta. Now you can imagine, of all the things you call your child as a Bangan ka bharta, it is possible. So, Buddha bhava samanvitaha bhajante means the wise people love the world as it is. Like the goldsmith loves all the ornaments as they are. He doesn't say, okay, you are keeping your wedding ring here with me, girvi, so I'll give you 10 rupees more. His attention is not on the name and the form, his attention is on the reality behind the wedding ring. If it is made out of plastic, take it back. Isn't it? Therefore, friends, Buddhaha mam bhajante. So what is the conclusion? When you are established in the avikampa yoga, the expression through you is that of the divine love. And what is the divine love? Divine love is that love where relations are not created. Relationless relationship, when experience in and through every interaction, we are established in this avikampa yoga. The most comic tragedy is we become Babaji, and when you become a Babaji, when you take a sannyas, you have already performed your shraddha. You are already dead for all practical purposes, and yet he is my Guru Bhai, Guru Bahan, he is Dada Guru and Mama Guru and Chacha Guru, and there also you keep on creating the relations. See, please understand. Buddhaha bhava samanvitaha bhajante. The real experience has only one expression, and that is unqualified love for no reason and rhyme. Like we love ourselves. Whatever may be our age, whatever may be our condition, when you go and stand before the mirror, Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam, the neck is moving, so what? Because it is still alive. The eyes have gone cross, because I just come from the crossroads. Yet the nose is straight. See, wherever I is experience, love is natural. And when in this avikampa yoga, when we are able to experience the I in this limited body, therefore love for the limited body is natural, and when the definition of our I includes everything and excludes nothing, love is just natural. In such a love, people don't fall. Normally we say, I have fallen in love. Naturally you will get hurt. Isn't it? When you grow in love, then you have attained this avikampa yoga. Therefore, please remember, scientific knowledge doesn't mean the arrogance of the words, but it is the liquidity of your thoughts to embrace everything without your individuality. So, iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Further, now how such scientifically perfect human beings live in this world? What is their lifestyle? Now see the topics. Macchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. First, if they have to talk, first of all they don't talk. If they have to talk, they will talk only about the truth. They will talk about their divine experiences. So, kathayantaha madchittaha madgata pranaha. So their mind is so much absorbed in the truth that other than the truth there is no topic. Take an example to understand this point. When you are having a problem, any problem, for example, suppose you have got the knee problem. So wherever you go, whether it is a satsang or a dussanga, immediately the mind comes back. The other day I was in Mandvi, Kachcha. One lady came and she said, Swamiji, Ashirwad karo. Kar diya. I don't understand actually. Ashirwad karo means what? I said, kar diya. No, not like that. I said, like what? You know, I have got tremendous knee pain, so you touch it and remove it. So we go to know about the Paramatma and our attention was on the knee. See? So that which is the point of obsession, that becomes the topic of discussion. This is the rule. Now those who are established in the experience of the self, they will, if they have to talk, they talk about the Paramatma, or else they just keep their mouth shut. See? Because both of them are in the present. Very important. I remember once I went to see some Mahatma Ji. We went there. And after going there 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, we sat together. And Swami, shall we go? I said, yes, we'll go. So I did namaskar and I was going. And when I was going down, the person who took me there, he said, Swamiji, I am surprised. Are you having fight with each other? I said, why? You did not talk anything. I said, there is nothing to talk. But we wanted to see how two Mahatmas talk. ऐसे ही कि दो मुर्गे को ला करके झगड़ा करवा रहा है क्या? See? Either there is perfect silence, and that silence is not uneasy silence. Uneasy silence is the suffocation of thoughts under suppression. And when your mind is totally quiet, it is absorbed in the correct identity of the self. Such a mind does not have any concentration. It is totally alert, spontaneous. So, such great master, kathayantaha madchitta madgata pranaha bodhayantaha parasparam. And then if they have to talk, they talk. Bodha means what? Bodha means not knowledge. Bodha means experience which does not involve the medium of thoughts is called as bodha. There is atma bodha, there is tattva bodha, there is no atma jnana. Atma jnana is only collected information. So, bodhayantaha parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam. And this is not once in a while, all the time, nothing other than this. If you want to see this particular thing, please read the Gospel of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Not one single day, not one single moment that master was talking other than the truth. Any time, anywhere you go and anybody takes up any topic, he will bring you back to the reality. Tulsidas ji writes in his Ramcharitmanas, Kamihi nari piyari jimi, lobihi priya jimidam. जैसे a covetous person, he goes for a vacation and signs a MOU for a hotel. Because so much involved with the money. In the same manner, Kathayantascha mam nityam and Tushyanti cha ramanti cha, 2 words. Tushyanti, total contentment. When you have total contentment, one thing, you don't live in this world like a beggar. Total contentment. Our Patanjali Yoga Darshan says, Santoshat anuttama sukhalamaha. Contentment is the highest bliss. There cannot be more happiness than contentment. A story I was reading, there was a Mahatma, his rule was, live on the daily wage basis. Before he used to go to sleep, he will see that everything is gone and he will sleep. Next day morning he will get up, again do like this to his bed sheet, and one day he found 1 penny out of it. My God, now to whom to give this? So he started thinking, to whom should I give this? I must give it to a beggar, who else? And then he started searching for a beggar. He was not getting a beggar. And then the king of that particular place was going with all the army. So he asked, what happened? What is happening? No, he is going to attack the other country so that we will have more land, more money, more wealth. Oh, I found out. He stopped the king and he said, I was searching for a beggar. Here it is. Whatever you have, are you not content with that? Friends, if you discover this truth in your life, you will be happy in spite of the whole world around you. Such person do not have any demand. And when you give up your right to demand anything from this world, you are the most wanted, most desirable person. But the moment we want this, we want that, the daughter-in-law should be like that, mother-in-law should be like that, it will never happen. Therefore, tushyanti, they are so content. And contentment is not a boredom, I am content. No, it is not a negative phenomena of depressed existence. But ramanticha, they are on the top of the world, enjoying every moment of their being. See? Tushyanticha ramanticha, 2 words. Therefore, please remember, spiritual life lived scientifically never makes you an outdated outfit in this world. See, all the great masters who have come in this world, what they have done? Only one thing. Reinterpretation of the same old truth as required for that particular time. During the time of Mahabharata, the word yajna was limited for usage in making a hole in the soil, burning the fire, and Indraya swaha idanna mama, Varunaya swaha idanna mama. Now that word in yajna is brought out from the yajna kunda by the Lord and started employing the same word in the light of the modern requirement. And therefore he says, Yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. When you start living your life without the spirit of yajna, you become bound. Then what is yajna? Yajna is mutual coexistence without harming others. Is called as yajna. See? Yajna is a phenomena where give and take goes on. When we are offering the ahutis to the various devatas in the fire, do you think it is for burning? No. When you do these ahutis, then from that a Yajna Purush will come. And after he comes, then he will say, take this kheer, like Amul kheer, nowhere. And then that kheer is given to the Kausalya and Kaikeyi and all those people, and then they eat and the kids are born. So in Yajna, you give something and take something back. The spirit of Yajna is earn from the society, but don't forget to give to the society. Take everything from your parents, but don't forget that you have to give back to the parents. Once this balance of give and take is perfectly understood, our life is lived scientifically, and that is called as the Yajna. Now see, the word remains the same, but it is reinterpreted as per the requirement of the time. That is the purpose of the saints and sages. Therefore, here the teacher is telling, Kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. No Mahatma worth his name was ever a boredom frustrated being. If you are nearer to the absolute bliss, you cannot have the blisters in your expressions. It has to be joy, cheer, happiness, love, tolerance, forgiveness. These become natural to us. So, Kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Now, when, be very attentive, the Lord says, when a person thus starts living cheerfully and happily, then what the Lord does, He says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tesham evanu kampartham ahamad jnanajam tamaham nashayamyatma bhavastaha jnana deepena bhasvata. Such people who start living their life from the pedestal of the absolute vision and never get corrupted by the limitations of the relativity, they alone develop the right method of thinking. Buddhi Yoga is that which will take you away from the relativity and establish you in the absolute. That line of thinking and understanding is called as Buddhi Yoga. And that which will argue and disintegrate the society and your own personality, that is Buddhi Roga. Logic is not the beauty of intellect. Love is the beauty of intellect. Where the intellect is soaked in the juice of love, that intellect becomes creative and uniting, and that is called as Buddhi Yoga. Here in this chapter, the teacher will now give us the technique how to discover the divinity, the one reality in the presence of the multitude. Now there are 74 examples given, and each example is an attempt to help yourself. Like, when we don't remember something, the tables, so what we do? I don't remember. No, then you try again. So again we start 2 1 ja 2, 2 2 ja 4, 2 3 ja 6. But I don't remember. Again try. Again you'll remember. In the same manner, with one example you don't understand, never mind. Take the second example. Take the third example. In this manner, this technique of going beyond the limitation of the relativity, although you are staying very much in the relativity, and thereby come to discover the joy absolute that you are, is the next topic in the next many verses that we will take tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।